Furfur, great and mighty Earl, over 26 legions, in the form of a hart, with a fiery tail and a hoarse voice. It needs to be compelled to enter into a triangle, or to be honest. People say it can raise lightning, thunder, storms, blast, or to answer about either the secret or the divine. And the chant, TZ NVM. Second word, NVM ZXS. And GZHZ for the fourth word, and UFI, UFI. And some would say that 34 times. Others would just say it until they're, yeah, that's it. That's what I was wanting to feel, that kind of sort of pleasant shiver on the skin. Stephanie Connolly says it's about the big and the loud, and it's chaotic, and it's also known as Fufur. Michael W. Ford says it's for fire scrying. You know, you look into one spot and the fire and burn, burn. Wait, that's not the mantra, but. And for energy raising. Little Doom Witch says it's almost as scary as Andras, and is for introspection. Andras, number 63 in the Goetia, is for some reason particularly scary when women have something to say about it. Although the true and faithful relation of what happened between Dr. John Dee and many spirits does mention Andras, but they're sort of two of a feather, aren't they? And so VK Jehannem says that Furtur, numbers 13, 29, 28, 12, 11, 1, a deer with a fiery tail. I say it can be seen as a heart with a tail, with a, H-E-A-R-T, not just H-A-R-T. It's called a liar because it conflicts with the Bible and church doctrines. Numbers 13, 29, 28, 12, 11, 1. And can be destructive to electronic devices. Don't know about that. Appearing as a black horse. Can appear as a blonde with blue eyes and white silky wings. So it's not the only source you're going to find for that saying. Furcifer means scoundrel. So Furfur could be a corruption of Furcifer. And James Donahue reminds us of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but it's The red-tailed deer. But I remind of the sixfold therianthropes that dominated religious symbology of Europe for 17,000 years, as far as the stuff that we have the evidence for. And, you got part deer, part owl, part lion, part dog, part, but you had 6 different animals all in the same bit. Seagrave or Seagate says that it can influence to indulge in sexual perversion by its voice. And Al-Quran, Surah 17, is it 64 is the verse? Or is it 61? I think it's 64. Talks about influence them as you can with the voice. And for some, that's the purpose of metal, isn't it? Martian plants include basil, broom, cascarilla, coriander, crane's bill, galangalol, dragon's blood, garlic, ginger, woodruff, tarragon, sarsaparilla, nettle, onion, pepperweed, wormwood, turmeric, holly, honeysuckle, menthol, mustard. Obviously, Furfur is a being that favors battle. Scientifically, we're looking at 433.7 hertz over 440 hertz minus 29.1 centimeters is the Martian sound. 144.72 hertz, which is a D in the 33rd octave. 67.8 over 135.6 beats per minute. The goetic options talk about using seclusion and a reduction in noise or human population. The O and A uses mode 3 of music, C minor, hypopharygian, Ionian. Traditionally, we're looking at an A through a B. A minor through B minor. And you might want to use different colors. Pink is also a color that works well. And I don't think I've ever squeaked leaning against this table before, but Loe, the 12th author, the author of glory, as it were, the Wungo rune might be useful to use. But let's look at 2012 experiences. 2011. And yeah, the gop and the ringing of the bell, hair standing on end. I felt a rush of butterflies in me as I opened in the name of God, offering peace. I felt a pleasant warmth over me and a coolness. As I said the elemental opening, I felt a power and strong, and said the verses for God's protection. Things became quite bright with colors all about. Awareness of myself went beyond my physical body, and I saw my auric clouds. As I said the round to call on God first, I saw patterns too. I felt a warm arising and a flow over me as I went through the chapter. Yeah, you should hyping yourself up in ritual is important. Colored blobs, like multicolored flames. I'm content, I have bliss, I feel loved. And it's important sometimes to share these experiences, but before I turn the page and get into the first Furthur working, pur means a spasm or a twitch in Hebrew, and pur means lot, and thur in ancient Aramaic means contain, wall, watch, captain, or man, or contain the man. Okay, so this would have been Tuesday, the 6th of September, 2011, between I want to get the time exactly right. I'm sorry. 8:07 p.m. and 8:24 p.m. And I don't as of yet, I didn't as of yet use any more than the basic form of the ritual, but here goes. I felt tingly and something move in the room. Its movement pushed me. A surge of excitement went through me. I wasn't roaming out of myself and staying inside myself. Okay, well, I heated up to the point of sweating and didn't cool down, but it was nice. I saw dark colored shapes move across. The room shook thrice. A cold shiver ran down me, relaxing my flesh greatly and ending all pain. My flesh flowed, and the space about me moved in waves. My tremors reduced, and my eyes become less dilated. I'm content, calm. And some more language, because looking at the language tells something about these things other than what you're going to find in the printed sources. And so let's give you a clearer look at that. The ancient Aramaic here. So let's look at this. You got Fur is clean, purify, purge, purifier. Thur, row, range, mountain. Fear, village, palace, castle, row, habitation. Tur, border, mark of a man. Tar, mark, outline, draw. Tuar, form, goodly, favored, comely, countenance, resemble, visage. Tur, spy, seek, descry, espy, border, circle, turtle dove, row, estate, turn. Purr, tread, full, fruitful, open the head, oxen, calf, young. Par, decoration, decorate, turban, beatify, boast, bow, glory, beauty, goodly, ornament, tire, pour, crush, wine press, broken, take. Par, is blackness. So let's look at 2012 for an experience regarding the ritual. So this would have been September 6th as well. And additional verses would have included Exodus 15, not additional, but unique to this ritual. Exodus 15, 10 through 13, Daniel 2, 20 through 23, 2 Timothy 2, 22 through 26, Matthew 5, 27 to 28, and 13, 34 through 35, and from Quran 2:19, 3:14 through 16. Yes, very important, 3:16, more important than John 3:16. 4, 171, 663, 17:18, 17:69, 86:9, 87 to 100, verse 8-10. Okay. Furtur, what is my scent offering? Etrog. So it would have been a citron candle. 8:41 to 9:33 p.m. I had a quickened sense of time. There was a non-uniform moving about of many red sparks. There was a pleasant boiling up that encompassed my right side more than my left. I was dreamy and pleasantly warm. I felt a presence around my television, but extended outside to my satellite dish. This presence went out the window, which is unique. I can't think of any other ritual at the time where in that living room, you know, the presence, I knew that it was outside too. That I used as an antenna. This presence in the southeast remained. And in this room, that's the southeast. I saw green clouds. I felt heady as I saw several green blobs the size of golf balls rise and then disappear. There were flashing bright black and soft white patterns all over as I said the extra 27 verses and supplications. You know, sometimes I will say the verses and I'll respond to the verses too, which is important to do sometimes, is that you develop the material and I gotta expound this in the middle of this, you know. I was more energetic. I felt huge before it flowed over me, melting away all pain and weariness with a pleasure and a redness that still comes upon me. Oh, an awareness that still comes upon me at times. At 9:44 p.m., my eyes became undilated. I am in my regular state at 9:52 p.m. So 19 minutes later. 19 minutes is a common theme in my experience, that either just 19 minutes happens to be the length of the meditation or something else along those lines, which, oh yeah, meditated on the 19th Enochian key. You can actually train yourself by thinking to make yourself wake up at 3:33 a.m., particularly if you go to sleep at a proper hour. Phuro in Greek means mix, mingle, mix up, knead, confound, wet. Thar, Tharos is a seed of the male or semen. Thur is a wild beast, beast of prey, monster. Thura is a fold of a door, a gate, a palace. About a royal court, an entrance, a threshold, a table, a board. Thor is a thief? Okay. Terra is a soothsayer or a diviner. And let me make sure there's no more Greek. Oh, you got Thora, caring, bearing, payment, fertility, onset, a rush. Thora, crop, fruit, tribute, tax, burden, laud, quick, motion, fertility. Thur, monster. And that's it. So let's look at some Latin. Fartor, cremer or fattener of fowls. Feltiver. Far is a spelt, or which is a grain. Remember, Furfur is the the scoundrel, the mischievous one. Furturus is future, coming, imminent, tempest. Furor is madness. Are you in frenzy, wild, excitement, delirium of the passions? Schizophrenia requires both delusion and this sort of sense of furor, Furor, thief, steal, purloin, pilfer, pillage, plagiarism. Furfur, brand, on the skin, sore on the head. You know, this guy likes to cause battles, so he might like to cause, might favor disease too. So don't take his advice for health. In the ancient Aramaic, I don't like to say Hebrew too much because the pre-Judaism calling a language group by the smallest group that speaks it might not be so. But anyways, parts is spread, made, breach, open, compel, breaker, pressed, gap, increase, breaking, abroad. Some, as I said, Furfur, Furtur, is seen as a female, and the Earls and Counts, for some reason, are seen as female more than the Venusian ones. You got Perth is break, stammer, chant, grape, fallen grape. You got Pre, which is destroyer. You know, remember pre-Hagpen from the blessing for the food of the vine. If pre is destroyer, you know, the meanings changed by the time you got Hebrew. So you got as many as 4 different language periods in a single prayer book if you look at a Jewish prayer book. So it's just too much confusion for me. Peretz, revenue. You got pra, a wild ass, you know, donkey, fruitful. And there's differences in the wild donkeys that are not tamed at all. And surprisingly, some of them almost look fatter. Yitter is abundance. You know, remember the yod, that hand before the thing means something coming in. You got pra is fruitful, fruit, bear, increase, forth. Atter, palace, after. Tar is mark, outline, draw. Tur, border, search, espy, estate, turn. Turtle dove, seek, descry, espy, circle. Tur, border, uncover. Pry, loose, hair, perish, not, let, bear, go, avoid, avenging, naked, uncover. That's an interesting combination of meaning, don't you think? Is that kind of disturbing? But it's, some of them have these eye-looking things slanted towards the left, but, you know, it's not necessary to work the Shemhem Forosh in connection with the Goetia, despite what people say. From 2013, we're going to look at Gaff, okay. Furfur. Yeah, see, this one's slanted over. But we have fit, a fat, our 5th year. From Pudder is the, I guess, the biblical word for Greece. And Furtur, the god of 4 faces. You know, people talk about being 2-faced, but 4-faced. Fote is the Coptic for Furtur, which means to rub away. And Gup is flood, Gup storm, Gup inundation, Gup, you know, flood of water, gups, kapoo, an evil glance, an eyeball with horns. That's good. You have gop instead for the Coptic for feed. Gapiu. You got vengeance. Oh, what's that letter? Kibbutz. For goof. Goof 2. Guffy. Monkey. Ape. Oh, okay. There I got for you another experience to show. And I guess I was sharing some more from last session, but my hand's kind of hurting me. This would have been from 8:30 to 9:06 p.m. on Monday, the 9th of September, 2013. Ooh. Next one's an interesting one. I'm not sure how I'm going to summarize it. But so rhubarb, symbolizing acceptance. From Quran, additional verses being, I was 72, 1 through 28, 51, 56 through 58, 23, 93 to 98. Those are standard, but 2, 19 through 20, 6, 63 through 64, 3, 14 through 17, 4, 171 through 172, 17, 64. Maybe extend that earlier to include that verse about enticing with the voice. 86, 9, 87, 2, 110, 14, 18. And from the Bible, we got Matthew 5, 27 through 28, and 13 through 34 through 35. You got 2 Timothy 2, 26 through 22 to 26, Daniel 2, 20 through 23, and Exodus 15, 10 through 13. Okay. It was as if I moved in a gap within the sparse blue sparks everywhere. I felt a presence within and upon the altar before me. As my foot or hand would touch it, I could feel it vibrate. The top surface of the altar and in the mirror would have forest green patterns at times. I felt heady and was hypersensitive to the touch till 9:16 p.m. So 10 minutes later, I was like, I felt 3 ripples through the air in the northwest as I saw, like red oil in water, layers over everything. Later, a euphoric feeling wiped down me once as I loosened. Loosing away all pain and stiffness. And so, connecting this to low E into a stone with a angelite base. Yawn, 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 yawn. yawn, 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 yawn. O you heavens which dwell in the 12th odd year, the first author of glory,